As the title implies, you control the legendary 7-foot-tall Sesame Street resident Big Bird as you guide him back and forth across the barn floor, catching eggs. Now, as you can imagine, life as a 7-foot-tall bird can't be easy. And trying to be a 7-foot-tall farmer harvesting the young from livestock so that people everywhere can enjoy omelets, is even more difficult. Luckily, Big Bird has Sesame Street smarts and has put the chickens in the attic of the barn so that when they lay the eggs, they will fall gently from the rafters and into the basket on his head. Now, since this is a kid's game, the vast majority of the levels are incredibly simplistic. Most of the time, there will be 2 or 3 chickens with straight paths to Big Bird. However, once the mid-level game varieties are selected, some of the pathways become jagged, which changes the rate of descent of the eggs. This wouldn't be much of a challenge anyway, but it's made easier by the fact that with a simple press of the button on the oversized kid's controller, Big Bird magically transports from landing spot to landing spot. The only thing even remotely resembling a challenge are the final game levels, which have 4 chickens and multiple pathways for the eggs to travel. Plus, Big Bird doesn't teleport, he actually has to scurry across the floor. Even with the added difficulty, it's incredibly easy. Once you catch the required number of eggs, you're rewarded with Big Bird dancing a hoedown. There is a bit of a nice touch with the music that is worth mentioning. As you play, there is a nice 2600 rendition of Turkey in the Straw that is nice and upbeat. However, if you miss an egg, the music drops about 3 octaves, as if it sounds disappointed that you let an egg perish. It's not much, but it's a nice little addition. One final thing of note. If you take a look at the box, you will notice it says, for ages 3 to 7. Think about that for a moment. Just think at how far we have come as a society. In the early 1980s, there were actual 7-year-olds playing a game featuring Big Bird catching eggs and dancing to square dance music. Nowadays, 7-year-olds are playing Call of Duty, sniping you from the other side of the map while openly questioning your lineage. Ah, progress. The box cover has some wonderful art that features everybody's favorite 7-foot-tall talking bird. The manual is very robust, not only breaking down the game, but featuring lots of Big Bird artwork around the farm, and even has activity pages for when you're taking a break from the game. The game utilized the kid's controller, which made controlling Big Bird very easy. To make it even easier, there's also a colorful overlay for it. Big Bird's egg catch also showed up in some later catalogs. The ROM for this long-lost Holy Grail has finally surfaced. It's your birthday, and it's time to celebrate the fullest. Before the party can get started, however, you have to blow out your candles. Unfortunately, it appears as though you are an immortal, because the candles never stop coming. You control a head wearing a top hat that is patrolling the bottom of the screen. As you move about, lit candles begin to descend towards you, forcing you to shoot them out with a cannon that is hidden within your top hat. The candles come in short waves. However, if you miss one, it will take away your oxygen and eventually suffocate you, which sounds like the worst birthday party ever. The gameplay is pretty lackluster, as the candles don't move too quickly or in too great of numbers. Even after several levels, it's still incredibly easy to pick off most of them without issue. Your gun-toting maniac is apparently packing a machine gun, because he can create a constant stream of bullets, making laying down a suppressing fire very easy. The game also goes on your schedule, as it will pause between rounds until you trigger the next one by firing a warning shot towards the unseen candle gods. Outside of the initial rendition of Happy Birthday to You, which had to have cost them a fortune to license, everything else is basic. The graphics are bare bones, with the candles being simple and the only animation being your top hat firing bullets. The sound is basic as well, which matches nicely with the gray and brown background. This is one of the rarest video game across any platform, although it's a shame that it's not very much fun. For video game history buffs, it's worth checking out at least once. For everyone else, there's nothing of value here. Given the extreme rarity of the title, it comes as no surprise that there isn't any box artwork or manual floating around. The only proof it exists is a lone photo of the cartridge. As of 2023, there are only 2 known copies in existence. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to see more Game Encyclopedia videos.